What up, guys? Welcome to the first Sooner Storm podcast. We're going to be breaking it down weekly. We're going to go over last week's game, this week's game, and giving our basic outlook of the season, and then diving into some key players for each week. So that Temple game, what do we think, Lane?
Oh man, definitely could have been. I don't know. We're Sooner fans, so we are hard
Yeah,
critics.
yeah,
Uh,
some of the
so it definitely could have been a little bit better. We definitely have high expectations, but I thought we saw some good things, especially from the defense. Defense was flying around. Got a lot of guys in there.
yeah,
Uh,
6 turnovers.
yeah, 6 turnovers, which was great. Um, and like I said, we got a lot of guys in there. More guys than I thought we were gonna play like right out of the gate. So
Yeah,
we were rotating in D line and linebackers like
yeah.
crazy. And I loved all of the different
When I
variations of guys that we had there. It was fun to watch.
hey,
Definitely fun to
when I,
watch the
when
defense.
I seen the prior week, when I seen the depth chart come out and I seen Jaden Jackson starting on the defensive line, raised some eyebrows. He must have been doing some things right in the spring practices. So, I mean, I thought he showed a lot of good maturity on the defensive line. He was always near the ball, but not just Jaden Jackson. I mean, we're talking guys like Hardy getting a pick at the end there. A lot of good things from everybody. It seemed like Stutzman was flying
Yeah.
around.
Man,
Uh,
what about Grayson Halton? He was
Come
tearing
out year,
it up. Yeah.
yeah. So no, a lot of good things from the defense, and I think the real test is going to be once we get into that Tennessee game. Obviously, the first SEC game of the year.
I don't
Um,
know. I don't think we should sleep on Tulane too much, but I mean
no, they hung up some points last week. I can't remember who they played. But I mean they I think it was like 45 some odd points that they hung up. I know this week they do play Kansas State though. They play Kansas State on Saturday. We'll see. I know Kansas State's you know, highly competitive team, got that new quarterback in there. I think it's gonna be a good matchup. I think we're gonna see, maybe some of their weaknesses. But we can't look too far forward. We gotta worry about Houston this week. So
yeah, we're gonna worry about Houston, all right. And
I don't think Houston's gonna be that much of a problem. This might come back and bite my butt. But them losing last week against was it University of Las Vegas, UNLV?
yep, yep.
Yeah, they
Got
lost
a,
last week 27-0.
we got an old Sooner coming into town, in Latrell McCutcheon. So
Oh yeah. Latrell McCutcheon, not done a whole lot since he was at USC. I don't know.
I
Hey, I really don't think he did a whole lot at USC either. But I, old Sooner. I wish him the best. Hopefully his career, um, you know, takes off once he gets to gets going at Houston. But how we feeling this week?
I think we're feeling pretty good, I think.
Yeah,
From from the buzz, from the word that I've heard, I guess, just from different videos and whatnot. Um, it sounds like we're gonna have a few guys back on the O line,
yeah,
possibly. We might not get Hickman back, but
mm,
uh,
I'm
he's
okay with that,
he's
honestly.
iffy. Yeah, I mean, if he wants to wait out another week, I mean, let's that'd be fine against Houston. But it sounds like we might get a few skill players back also. Potential Nick
Yeah,
Anderson.
it'd be interesting to see if Nick Anderson comes back this week. I really don't think we're gonna have to break out the big guns right out the gate right now. I think if he needs to set another week to feel healthy, because obviously Tulane's gonna be the first real I guess you'd say, non-conference test that we're gonna have. And if he needs to be healthy by then, I'm all for it. From what we've seen in some of the interviews, it looks like Seth Luttrell kind of he held up the playbook a little bit, didn't show our full hand on that first game. Kind of just limited on what plays we were kind of giving out.
Yeah.
So I think we should skate through this one. I mean, I don't want to jinx us, but I'm gonna give us 48. I'm gonna say 48-0. Um, I want to say 48-3, but with UNLV putting up a goose egg on them, holding them to a
They,
goose egg, I really feel like if we don't,
they ended up scoring 7 on the last play, I think.
right, they did.
Yeah, they scored a touchdown on the last play. Yeah.
So it's 27 to 20, 28-7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think we hold
But
them to 3.
yeah,
It
but
could be a shutout.
so another skill player that potentially back this week didn't get very many reps last week, I don't think, is Jaquez Pedway. And he was
Yeah.
looking good last year. So I'm looking for him to make a big jump this year. I think
Yeah, we need to,
they do pretty
we
well.
with Gibson going out with that season-ending injury. Um, and then obviously Farouk breaking his ankle or foot last week, starting to dwindle down on the depth.
Yeah, we're gonna need some
Hopefully,
definitely gonna need some young guys to kind of step up. Older guys also, if Hester maybe could put it together, that'd be awesome. Get another big guy out there. But we've got a lot of young talent. I think we could put it together if and if they're I don't know.
man, if here's the deal, if the offensive line, and I know there's some questions preseason about the offensive line, are they going to be, as deep as we were last year? We got a lot of guys that went to the draft. Um, and so it's kind of a lot of fresh faces when it came to that offensive line core. And then, with was it Hickman that rolled his ankle
Yeah.
like first? Yeah, with Hickman rolling his ankle the first, first half, kind of switched up some things,
That
made
was like
us
the first 10 plays, but
yeah, so, I think once that offensive line really gets settled in, obviously this is their first most of them this is their
well,
first season playing together
here's the deal. Every season, we always talk about offensive line first 2, 3 games.
and
But
beating Bob.
usually by that Texas week, we've kind of settled in. So
Yeah.
I have faith that the Bill's gonna get these guys uh in shape and get them playing the right way. And it just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of gel time. Just that's why we have these games.
I
Um
mean, I'm curious to see if freshman Eddie Pierre Louis starts getting some more reps towards the end of the game against Temple. He was
yep,
throwing some guys around.
yeah. I liked seeing Ozada in there also. He was looking pretty
Yep.
good. Big boy that knows how to move. So so yeah, I mean that's gonna be exciting getting a few of those guys in there. I think we see some of those guys this week. Uh
Yeah,
just kind of rotating in and out because I think Beatonball is gonna I think he wants to find out who wants to play. And
yeah.
so
No,
I think
I
it'll be
think
good.
Yeah, I think once that offensive line gets settled in, I mean, man, we can't knock it a whole lot. I know we're super critical of everything. That's just how, Sooner fans are. Uh, but once that offensive line gets settled in, I really think, man, these guys are going to put up some fireworks. Deion Burks with 3 touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah, he looked
Was
great.
it first half or first quarter?
This is the first half, I think.
First half. Still, I mean, I seen a stat that's the most touchdowns from a first year player with OU in the first half, most receiving touchdowns, or maybe it was the first game.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah.
I
But
think
yeah,
it was the
either
first
way, I
game.
mean,
Yeah, don't fact check me on that.
yeah. Yeah,
So
I think what I think is really going to be popping off this week is the run game. I know our O line
yeah,
is or at least the running backs, I guess.
I
Uh,
think they'll handle business this week. I think it'll be a good jump start.
yeah. What I think though is that I think Houston's going to try to keep everything in front of us or in front of
Yeah,
them. So
I
we
might
might
hit them
not
with some
get
deep balls.
we might not get those deep balls like we're
You
wanting.
know, you don't think we see Brennan Thompson finally hit one deep? I know last week, we tried to get him on a few, just didn't work out. But you can only hold that guy, you can only hold him back for so long. I mean, they say he's the fastest guy on the team.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it. And looking forward to seeing how the defense goes this week. I think we're gonna see a few more turnovers this week.
More than six? I
I
mean,
don't know. I don't
they
know.
put
I
the
don't
number
know.
high. I don't know if we get. I mean, we might match it. I'll be honest. I could see us matching six, but man, even four.
And
I
the other
mean,
thing
even if
I
we
think
get
that we're
four,
gonna see
that's
this
a
week is a uh, a high sack count. Uh,
yeah.
Houston's O line not great. So I think I think our boys get to them, unless they just try to get the ball out quick and just survive the game and just do really quick stuff. And then we probably won't have a lot of sacks, and that's fine too. I mean,
Yeah, as long as we're forcing fourth down
yeah,
for the majority of the game, there's not a whole lot to complain about. I will say one thing to talk about, we've seen a lot of depth at the running back position this week. I know Gavin Sawchuk didn't have the big game like we've seen from him, but that's not to say that he won't. I mean that talent hasn't gone anywhere, but just overall the depth at the running back position was it was really nice to see. Like we've seen a healthy Javante Barnes. Um, we've
he looks
seen
good.
yeah, yeah, he and then we've seen Taylor Tatum kind of have his I don't want to say it was his breakout moment yet, but he got to have his moment.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot coming from him this year. He's going to be a
Yeah,
really special player for us.
I
Uh,
think it was the interview with Brent Venables. It was either today or yesterday. He was talking about, they're going to keep feeding Tatum. Uh, I mean, obviously he's going to be working in with that core. But I mean, to have him in your back pocket, knowing that, he can probably go get some downs for you. It's gonna be nice to have. And this week we're getting DeMarco Murray back after that 1 game suspension.
my God,
So
almost forgot about that. Yeah. Hey, but the big storyline this week, I mean, I mean, I know we're playing Houston, but the big storyline is those throwback jerseys.
dude, those throwback jerseys are sick.
They look, they look good. I have a few
I'm not,
buddies that had a few things to say about them. They didn't like them all that much, but I personally thought they looked great. And I'm ready to see them out there. It'll be
yeah,
a
ready
nice
to get that first
change.
dub in them.
It'll be a nice change from you know
Yeah, you know,
different variations of jerseys that we have. We don't have very many, but
last year we unveiled the black Unity jersey. Um, and that was something that, we hadn't had ever. I mean, we had to throw, bring the wood, uh, you know, combinations, those alternatives, which I still would love to see come back. That white helmet, that
yeah,
white helmet with the
there's a lot of people
man.
that don't like them,
I was
but
a big fan. I was a big fan.
hey,
I'd like to see him
we
add it to
won,
NCAA.
man. We
Like, give
won them in
us,
some pretty big games, and we won. So I mean,
yeah,
what
yeah,
can you
ended
not like
ended
about
on
that?
top. Hey, it's a new era. We don't got the, Tebow in there anymore. And by Tebow, I don't mean Tim. I don't mean Tim Tebow. Uh, so yeah, it's kind of good, out with the old, in with the new. But
It's
yeah,
just kind
these
of
jerseys
like,
are sick.
yeah, out with the old, in with the new, but kind of bringing back that old feel that
Yeah, that old
that
feel.
that
Um,
that feel that Sooner fans love back when we had a good defense,
Gosh,
when
man.
we were just hard-nosed players, you know. And I'm not
Yeah,
saying
for
there
the
wasn't some hard-nosed players back when Riley was the coach, but man,
early
we got some dogs now.
2000s team, man, with Gerald McCoy. Now those boys could play some defense. Um, and I think that's what we're getting back to. I mean, we're been in this air raid offense, and we still are partial air raid offense. I mean, but from going from, hanging up 50 points a game to what we're seeing now is the potential of, you know, holding opponents ideally below that 20 mark. I mean, if they start tossing up 30 points, then that's going to happen against a good offense. But if we can get back to that, and it's looking like we are, by this, deep, deep defense with a lot of returners, it's exciting to see. I
I
mean,
don't honestly, I don't see a lot of teams on our schedule that, I mean, I know they're all tough, but I don't see a lot on our schedule that when I look at our defense, I say that they're going to score, 30 or more on us. I
yeah.
think I think our defense is good enough that we can hold.
Yeah,
uh
as long as we can stay healthy. I mean, last year that that Texas game, I mean, yeah, I think it opened up a lot of people's eyes
I mean,
when you're on the goal line and you force a turnover on the goal line against, you know, what might have been the best Texas team that we've seen since the Colt McCoy era. It's that said a lot. And
I
I
mean, I
think
don't
that
know.
nothing changed. If anything, we've gotten deeper.
Yeah, but I don't know if it opened up enough people's eyes, especially in like the national media. I mean, they still are
Yeah.
all over
And they
Texas and like, dude, I mean, Oklahoma hasn't gone anywhere. We had one rough
one
year
rough year, and
where we got completely blindsided and depleted. And I mean, we've bounced back. So I'm not too
and
worried.
let's
The
let's
media
yeah
can say what they want
be
to say, but
let's be real clear on who Oklahoma was last year. I don't want to talk about in the past, but we played Kansas. One, that Kansas game, that was first of all, that was a recipe for disaster. We're talking the lightning delay, it's pouring rain, and both games that we lost last year by
well,
3 points. Both
yeah,
were by three. I think Kansas might have been by five.
yeah, not to mention, I mean,
The pass interference in the end zone that was
yeah, I
blatantly
didn't want
not
to
called
say it. I
at
didn't want to
Oklahoma
say it,
State.
but
No, we can say it. So we're that close to being a 12-0 team that beat the notorious Texas, against, the team that beat Alabama. Oh my gosh. No, we stuck it to him that game. Uh, and yeah, I'm gonna talk crap on Texas. I don't care. I know this if this video, if our podcast goes, if it starts hitting some sound waves, we might get some kickback, but bring it. I mean, that's what we're here for.
yeah.
And if we're talking history, I don't mean to get off on a tangent, but 7 out of the last 10 years, buddy, we've stuck it to you. I don't. It
Yeah,
really,
I mean,
it
I know
really
about
hasn't been
that, but I
close.
mean, at least one of those years, yeah, we came back and won in the Big 12 championship
Yeah,
against them. So, I mean, I
yeah,
don't feel too bad about that. But
yeah. So I guess we'll kind of segue into um, the topic that I'm excited about doing each week, and really it's that storm of the week, man. It's that storm of the week,
yes,
and
it's
just for
the Sooner Storm. So,
Sooner Storm, baby. So just for reference, we're gonna do each week we're gonna do you know, key players on both sides of the ball. For OU, Storm of the Week, maybe a big play, and then we'll also, we'll throw in just some college football related. Was it a team or was it a moment that was a Storm of the Week for them? So Lane, what was your storm of the week for the offensive or defensive side of the ball? Or who was the player that had the storm of the week?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go with our defense. Getting the 6 turnovers. I mean, I think
Yeah,
that was awesome. If I could narrow it down to one guy on the defense, I'd go Grayson Halton.
yeah.
Because he had an awesome game.
He looked like a monster out there.
Yeah. He was awesome to watch. So as far as the Sooners go, I mean that's my storm of the week. Uh,
Yeah. So offensive side of the ball, you got one, or just in total?
I can do off. Do you want to do the offensive?
So I'll go ahead and I'll back you up on that. I think my storm of the week, I'll give it to yeah, the whole defense. It's hard to just bring it down to one player. If I did bring it down to one player, I'd give it to Jaden Jackson, honestly. Coming in as a true freshman, getting to start his first game on the defensive line, and really, I mean, he did a great job. He was always around the ball. And that's all you can ask for. That's all you can ask for. Now on the offensive side of the ball, man, do we even? I mean, do we even got to say it? I
Uh,
mean,
I think we're both thinking it.
I think we're both thinking it. Deion Burks, baby.
Yeah,
I mean, huge game, and I think dude.
he's gonna be
That's
the great.
only, dude. He's gonna be the real deal. Keep that boy healthy. Keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah,
He's got wheels. He's got talent. Dude, a couple of those catches in the end zone were, I mean, it's borderline diving catches.
yeah, he looked real good, and I expect that from him. I expect him to look even better, especially as
Yeah,
him and Arnold kind of mesh a little bit more. I think
yeah.
it's gonna be a good
I'm
match
gonna
for them too.
I'm gonna throw out an honorable mention. I'm gonna do it. Man, I'm excited for this tight end group
Yeah, yeah, I am
with
too.
Bauer Sharp, Jake Roberts. I was really happy to see some of the things that Bauer Sharp was doing. He
Yeah,
looked good out there. He really
not to
did.
mention, we finally have a hopefully healthy Caden Helms. And I think once he gets into the groove of things,
Oh
I think
yeah.
he's going to be a big guy too for you.
Yeah,
Um,
he's
so
a guy we've been waiting on for a while. Just
yeah,
got that injury bug.
just got to get healthy.
But the word around the street, boy might be ready.
Yeah.
So,
So, as far as like college football goes,
dude,
around the nation, who's your storm of the week? You got
man,
a player on the team.
and I'm gonna go team in general because I didn't
Okay.
see, his
Okay.
first week.
Yeah,
His
yeah,
first
yeah.
week, we didn't, not a whole lot of competitive matchups to say.
I'm gonna have
Uh,
a player, so you go ahead and do
you
team.
you got a player?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think for me, storm of the week, and really honestly, this comes down to the environment that they were put in, and I mean, you got to put respect on it. I'm gonna give it to the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Honestly, they went in, they went into Aggie Land, and they were ready for it, man.
Yeah.
They were ready for it all game. I mean, I seen that video of did you see the video of them coming out of the tunnel?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean,
Oh,
if you're a football guy, that gets you fired up. I
oh
mean,
my
I
gosh.
don't care if it's Notre Dame or the Sooners or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. If you're a football guy, that gets you fired up. So yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. So that was mine, man. Honestly, I think it's going to be a somewhat of an easy schedule for them for the remaining of the season. I think they might got one or two
Yeah.
games that might be tough. I know that USC game, it looks like, hey, you I'll dog on USC, but they did look a lot more improved. I think Miller Moss is a good guy right there. I was really impressed with him, but that's that's all I got. What was your storm of the week, man?
I'm gonna go with Boise State running back Ashton Gentry. Uh,
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude had
How could
20
I let that?
carries, 267 yards, and six tutties. I mean,
Yeah, that's
eh,
wild.
I
Um,
know they played, I
let's
know they played Georgia Southern, but I mean,
yeah, who cares?
it doesn't
Let's put
matter.
let's take a moment and talk about Boise State plays Oregon this week.
They do.
Am I crazy to say that maybe that's going to be a game with Oregon's
I
performance
mean,
against was it Idaho?
they're Oregon's definitely going to be on upset alert. That's all I gotta say.
I think they are. The only way that they're not, if they play anything like they did last week, I think it's gonna be close.
Yeah.
And if Dan Lanning fired those boys up, which I would expect him to,
I mean,
uh,
he's gonna have them ready. It's hard to get
yeah,
ready for,
a week one matchup, man. Yeah.
yeah, especially when it's whoever they played.
And dude, they got a lot of new
Idaho.
cast. I mean, they got a lot of new players. I mean, first time playing in the in-game uh, scenario,
Yeah.
and I mean, I hope Dylan Gabriel the best, man. I hope he does have
Oh
a
yeah,
phenomenal year.
dude, he's still
Um,
pretty good.
oh yeah, nothing changed about that boy.
Yeah, it's almost just like it just he has a
He's got
hard
to get a
time
feel
putting
for it,
away
man.
a team, uh,
Yeah,
but no,
I
it's
wish I wish him the best. Unfortunately, I don't wish Oregon the best. In terms of, sorry, I don't want him to do better in OU. I know we're in a different
nah, but
conference. It
yeah,
doesn't matter anymore. But how poetic would it be? Maybe not poetic, but how cool would it be to get that OU Oregon matchup in the playoffs? Um, it it would be fun. It'd be
it's
fun
pretty
for
cool.
both sides.
Yeah. Well, do we have anything else?
Man, honestly, we can let's do a quick prediction. I think we kind of jumped into it a little early, but OU Houston, give me your prediction.
Ooh, I got OU. Uh, I think we score more this week.
Really? Okay.
Not much more, but
Yeah, I could
I think it's 56. And give them three again. 56.
6-3. I like that. Um, man, I guess I'm looking a little conservative at this point. I'm gonna go 48-3.
Okay. Yeah.
And my prediction for, player of the game, storm of the, storm of the week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Jackson Arnold, man. I
Ooh,
think he's gonna make some. I think he's gonna make some big plays with his feet.
yeah.
Um, and obviously, I think this is gonna be that moment that we'll be able to air it out a little bit. Given that we see Nick Anderson back in the game,
Hmm.
would be good to get him some fresh reps before just getting him in right against Tulane. I know Tulane's gonna be competitive. They have for the past several years now. So it would be good, from my opinion, if we got to see him. That's obviously given that he's healthy. But
Yeah.
I think Jackson Arnold is um pregame storm of the week.
And give me Bauer Sharp. I think
Bauer Sharp.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we do a little bit more with the tight ends this week. I think he's gonna
Okay.
be I think we're gonna feed him the ball a little bit more.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah. So
But all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, we're gonna try to do this weekly. Ideally, we're gonna want to do pre-game, post-game, you know, quick, 30-minute videos. Uh, but yeah, hopefully we can keep this rolling. And
Yeah, just come and talk some ball with us.
Homer,
Yeah.
yes, sir.